it's kind of an interesting history because the business analytics program actually grew out of the MIS program. The word analyst and analysis and analytics all sound really similar to each other, but they all mean pretty different things. One of the first things we want to talk about when we talk about an analyst, in particular, a business analyst. That is typically someone or a profession or a part of the industry that you're working very heavily in needs assessment, in assessing system requirements, in understanding business needs, and then translating those or serving in some kind of a diplomat role to then ultimately transform those business needs into actual IT functionality and vice versa. So a business analyst is somebody that kind of fits into both roles. They're kind of a technical person, they're kind of a business person, and they understand the business drivers and the vision of the organization and what the end goals of an enterprise architecture are, so they can then start translating those back into actual technical foundational needs. We see these types of roles a lot, especially when we talk about product management, which is a very popular kind of journey or path within the MIS program. We see these when we're talking about enterprise management. We see these when we're talking about strategic enterprise IT leadership. This analyst role is important because it's what ultimately bridges the gap between the business world and then how the information technology or the information services role kind of helps implement that. Switching gears a little, when we talk about analysis or analytics, those tend to be data-driven. And they're somewhat related in that we're combing through copious amounts of data, using all kinds of different statistical tricks and magic to get that data to kind of reveal and give up its secrets. In the case of analysis, we're trying to tell a story that already happened based from our data. In the case of analytics, well, now we're taking a step further and we're trying to project into the future. We're trying to tell a story that hasn't been told yet. And the better job we can project into the future, the more innovation and competitive advantage we can bring to our organization. But it's with these two kind of data-driven roles, that's where the analytics piece, the business analytics piece tends to kind of pick up. It's more data-driven. It's more data-focused. I think one of the confusing pieces is the way job descriptions are written and the way that employers are actually, marketing these different opportunities to students, because oftentimes employers will mix all three of these words together. They will mix all three of these terms together. And so it does make kind of a confusing scenario for students. But, the key takeaways here, I think, are that, when we're talking about analysis or analytics, something that's data-driven, something where the data is telling a story, that tends to be the business analytics program. Whereas more of that diplomatic function or that translational role with understanding the technical portion of the organization, understanding the enterprise infrastructure, and understanding the business needs, kind of the three legs of the milking stool there, tend to go into the analyst role, which is one of the career journeys, so to speak, that we talk about in the MIS program.